Hi, Comets. My name is Stacey, and I am here with my dog Ginger. She's sitting right here next to me. I don't know if you can see her. Here she is, and she's being a little shy, I think, but that's okay. It's hard to meet new people, um, but I have a very special book for you. Um, so I will be one of your teachers this year, and Iris is another teacher in the comic class, and Iris is from Israel, and she is going to be reading a book called Where the Wild Things Are in Hebrew, and you get to watch that video, but I am going to read it to you in English, which is the language that we use to communicate and speak to one another. And the story is by Maurice Sendak, and this is one of my favorite books. My children love these books, and the author is the person who wrote the book. So, Where the Wild Things Are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made a mischief of one kind or another, and another. His mother called him Wild Things, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent off to bed without eating anything. Oh no, I hope he wasn't too hungry. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew. Look at all those trees in his bedroom. Do you have trees in your bedroom? I don't. I wonder if you do. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world around him. And an ocean tumbled with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day, and in and out of weeks, and almost a year, to where the wild things are. Can you see those pictures? Wow, that's a long journey. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars. They gnashed their terrible teeth. They rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. Ooh. Till Max said, "Be still," and he tamed them with his magic trick. And staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. Oh my goodness. Good thing Max wasn't afraid of them. And he made them king of the wild things. And now, Max cried, "Let the wild rumpus roar!" Look at that. They were singing and dancing and stomping their feet in and out through the night. Can you see those pictures? With Max in his crown, because he is the king of the wild things. Oh, and now it's daytime, and the wild rumpus is still going. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but I think I'd be tired. Oh, here it is again. Now Max is riding one of the wild things. That looks like fun to me. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without eating their supper. I hope they weren't hungry. And Max, the king of the wild things, was lonely, and he wanted to be somewhere with someone he loved best of all. Then all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat, so he gave up being king of the wild things. Look at that. I wonder how the wild things felt when Max gave up being the king. But the wild things cried, "Please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." Have you ever heard anybody saying that to you? I remember my grandmother used to say, "I love you. I could eat you up." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars. They gnashed their terrible teeth. They rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through the days. Looks like he had a long trip back home. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And do you notice? Look at his room. I don't see a forest anymore. I wonder where that went. And his supper was still hot. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that book, and I hope you will enjoy Iris reading it to you in Hebrew. And we are looking forward to seeing you very shortly. Bye, Comets.